Hello. Okay. This is it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition, another live stream. There's been a waiting screen, so we don't need to waste any time. We can just dive right in. And I spilled some water. That's okay. Never mind. How is everybody doing today on this blessed Tuesday, June the 4th? How's everybody? It's good to have you guys live here. I feel like there's always such a disconnect on YouTube, you know, between like viewers and creators. And, you know, that's just the beauty of a live stream. Is the audio coming in well? Can you hear me well? I took all the feedback from the last few live streams. I suppose the audio should be better. Sorry for that sound. We're going to be building GPTs today. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to go, you know, take the next step into showing you how to build custom GPTs. We're going to do about 10-15 minutes of like lecture and hands-on presentation. Then we can maybe build one that you guys suggest. And then I'm going to challenge you yet again. There's going to be a new challenge, and this is going to be all about GPT building. So yeah, with that being said, how's everybody doing in chat? We're not going to be doing the thing as last time. I know last time I went a bit, you know, into all kind of the fun and entertaining things with like the video wall. This is going to be a bit more instructional, but nevertheless, it can still be fun. If you want, you can share what country you're from. I know last time I like shamelessly abused that and just took all the countries and generated a map through the code interpreter. We're not going to be doing that this time, but nevertheless, you can still share where you're from. I always love seeing that in chat. I'm in Lisbon, Portugal. Beautiful weather here. A little too beautiful, to be honest. It's been so hot this week. Anyway, I see a lot of familiar faces in here. So let me settle in, and then we can get into the content here. And for anybody, you know, for anybody watching the recording here and being like, oh, Igor, get to the content. I came here for the content. You know what, man? You can gladly skip ahead and keep those comments to yourself, because we're here to have a good time while learning. It's not just about content. That's what the edited YouTube videos are for. These live streams, they're more human. They're more natural, you know? I started the stream. I wish I could show you. I spilled some water just to start the stream off. I mean, you know, happens. That's life. That's okay. We're going to do live GPT building demos here. Things might go wrong. They probably will. That's okay. We'll adjust. We'll take the feedback from the chat. It is all right, because we're live, baby. So, yeah, a lot of countries coming in here. I always love seeing this. We're so global. Canada, Latvia, Uzbekistan, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Texas, Mallorca, or Mallorca, should I say. Matthias sitting up in Mallorca, sweet home Alabama. Yeah, good to see a lot of familiar faces in here too. What's up, Felipe? What's up, Carol? Larry. Yeah, good to have you guys here. And Euromaestro, the runner-up in the last competition. Good to have you in the community. Good to have you around. Jim Wells coming in strong with the what's up, jerks? What up, jerk? All right, but don't worry. We're talking all things GPT today. You know, we'll have a little fun along the way, but like truly, this event is going to be about dissecting my GPT builder a little more. Then we'll use it, and then I'll show you, you know, what else you can do with it, and I'll challenge you to use it yourself. And then actually next week we scheduled a follow-up session. Well, I scheduled a follow-up session just now because I figured I think this is going to get really interesting. People are going to come up with all sorts of creative ideas, just like they did last time. And we're going to review that. We're going to be, you know, today I'll be showing you some basics. And then next time we'll be reviewing what people do with it. And we can build on those basics. I mean, I suppose last time we did basics and now we're building on that. So this should get interesting. All right, all right. Good to have everybody here. I believe I have everything in place that I need right here. So let's begin the live stream. Let's begin the content. First things first, what are we going to be doing today? Two things, really. First of all, we'll be using the GPT Builder. This time, I will go into the prompt behind it a little bit. We'll be going a little deeper. Last time, I was just like, hey, I'm not here to kind of explain the prompt engineering behind this, what makes it work, etc. This time, we'll do a little bit of that. Not a full deep dive. That would take like an hour, but we'll do a little bit of that. Then we'll use it to build a GPT. I'll explain some of the improvements that happened over the last 2 weeks. We made several tweaks under the hood of the prompt of the GPT. By the way, last time it was just a prompt. Now it's a GPT. So we'll talk about all that. Then we'll be creating GPTs. We'll be customizing them. I'll be showing you some little tweaks that you can make here and there. And then I'll open it up and I'll essentially give you a list of various use cases that you could be building. Maybe you have your own. And I'll go out there and you shall be warned already. I will challenge you to build a GPT of your own. So, and there's one more surprise. I have one surprise ready. It's kind of like, let's see if it works. But like once, we get through this, there's going to be a surprise. And no, it's not like some discount code sale or anything like that. It's something that I haven't seen anybody in the generative AI space do on YouTube yet, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm pretty well informed. This is going to be a first on YouTube, and you can be here, and then we'll be building up on that, what I show you. Should be really cool. All right, excellent. Mods are in the chat. Apologies if I, don't see every single message, especially if I kind of, like lecture and teach you things. It's kind of hard to have split attention. There's always going to be these phases where I ask. So, if I have a question, I'll be asking regularly. You can just post it in chat at any time. Mods will respond, or then I'll open it up for Q&A and we can do this interactively. Okay, so what's up? Let's see. First things first, let me share my screen. And let's see if ChatGPT is even up, because today has been a rough day. You guys might know. If you're not familiar, status.openai.com will show you if your favorite tool on planet Earth is accessible or not. And it looks good. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. I mean, it's operational right now. Today we had major outages for 5.5 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. While preparing for this event, this was a bit of a pain. This is the new GPT Builder, okay? Last time I showed you the prompt. Now we turned it into GPT. Now, let's talk about it. Let's start talking about GPT creation. First, from the angle of, me creating this quite complex GPT, and then from the angle you creating your first, second, or maybe just using this builder to enhance your GPT building experience. We'll cover all that, but let's start with this, Custom GPT Builder. What is this? Well, last time I shared the prompt behind it. The prompt behind it, you can find it in the description below. So if you check out the videos, the live stream's description, there's multiple links. One of them is a link to this GPT Builder. The second one would be a link to the challenge. Actually, I just realized I still have to move this to the public area. Now everybody can see this challenge. If you already want to check this out in the public area of the community, freely accessible to anybody, you can also check out that link in the description below. So that will bring you here. I'll make this a pinned post. And here you have the full guide to this week's challenge. We'll be going through this together. But all the links are below, okay? So 3 important links. 1, the challenge. 2, the GPT we'll be looking at now. And 3, if you want to look under the hood of this GPT, no need to prompt inject it or whatever. You can simply look at the instructions at the current version of the instruction. We're on version 1.3. Last time I showed you, I think 3 weeks ago, we were on version 1.1. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. So what changed from version 1.1 to 1.3? Well, we used it a whole lot more, and you guys used it a whole lot more. Okay. The aiadvantage community used it a whole lot more, and we got a bunch of feedback and implemented that backend. So what are some things that improved? One of them is some of the building blocks changed. So let me pull up the detailed instructions here so we can talk, the concrete prompt engineering aspects behind it. Let's get into the details here. So this link is in the description below. It's just a Notion page with the entire prompt. So this is the entire prompt. So as I said, going through all of this would take an hour. But let me give you kind of the overview and then talk about the changes. So one thing that changed is we changed up the building blocks here at the bottom. And this is where I want to start. This is what you need to understand. And you'll be hearing the word building blocks in today's live stream about 1 billion times, to be honest. I'll be saying building blocks, building blocks, building blocks. So anybody, who's about to make fun of that, you can do it now, you can do it later. It doesn't matter. I'll be doing it anyway. We'll be talking about building blocks all the time because this entire GPT is based on this idea of building blocks. Now, what are building blocks? Well, they're different. They're this, okay? They're different modularities. It's just something I invented, something that we've been using, in like various tutorials and products we have. But it's an idea that I kind of, how to put it? It's different functionalities that a GPT can have, formulated as concisely as possibly. That's what it is, okay? So one of them, a very simple one, would be if you want to reinforce the fact that the GPT should use the browsing tool. Well, for that, we have the browser tool integration building block, right? If basically the title is the browser tool integration. The description of it is effectively use the browser tool for research, information synthesis, and citation. And then there's always an example of how it can be implemented. So the GPT Builder uses all of these various building blocks. As you can see, there's many. Expertise projection. There's integration of links into it. And here's a few new ones. I said there were updates to these building blocks. Okay, what are these updates? One of them is the scenario-based training. Well, I found this is a fantastic capability that you can start adding to your GPTs. And that is, the ability to provide examples and role play. The GPT, when it has this building block, when it has this inside of its instructions, it has the ability to offer you a role-playing type scenario that might help you to, prepare for an interview or, train some sort of skill. Like what a good one is, negotiation trainer, right? So if we're building a negotiation trainer GPT, this prompt will intelligently look at what a negotiation training GPT should be. And then it will look at all of these building blocks and it will pick the appropriate ones, customize them for the GPT, and then give you the instructions and you can build your own GPT. Okay, so in the case of a negotiation trainer, it might be very useful to have an option in the GPT where it says, hey, here are some tips. Would you like for me to role play with you as if I'm, the person negotiating against you? That's a fantastic functionality, and now we have it in here. There's a few more new ones. I wanted to highlight one more, which is, I quickly have to find it. We changed the structure of some of these. So for example, AI personality definition follows this traditional, role prompting style where you start with the role and then lead into the target audience. Which is like the target audience preferences. That's this one. And then, interactive learning modules. This is the one. This is also a super exciting one to me because what we found is that one of the best use cases for this GPT builder is actually creating tutors, creating, an AI assistant that will simply assist you as you, try to learn a new skill or try to achieve something that you haven't done before. This is going to become even more relevant once the, new assistants, voice assistants are going to be rolling out, but as of now, we don't have them. Nevertheless, it's still super useful to add something like this. Look, if the chatbot is designed for educational purposes, so if it's a tutor, right, provide interactive modules and quizzes to help users learn and test their knowledge on various topics. And this is the point here. If you're aware of the fact that ChatGPT is really good at creating interactive quizzes, for example, then you can add a building block here in this prompt or to your GPT that generates interactive quizzes for the user, right? So all of a sudden your GPT can not just tutor the people, but it can also go in and be like, okay, you just learned the skill. Would you like me to craft an interactive quiz for you? And now it can do that, but it can only do that if you specify it in the instructions, right? Otherwise it won't come up with these ideas. There's a few more, but these are kind of the main updates. We improved it for learning-based use cases. So that's what we'll also be looking at today. Those are some updates to the building block. So I hope you get the point. If you have any questions relating to this, please hit me with them. I'm here to help. I'm looking at chat throughout. But basically, this is the point. These building blocks make up the GPTs that we will build with this. Okay, what else is in here, okay? There's quite a bit. This is a free shot prompt, free examples of various GPTs for it to know what a GPT that it should build should look like. So they always look the same way. They start with an interaction sequence. They start with a communication sequence. This is basically how should the GPT interact with the user. Should it start with a welcome message, or should it get right into generating tables and like working with your data, right? Depends. You can customize that in here. And then if it starts with a welcome message, as this one does, the chatbot begins with a greeting like, welcome to Career Compass, your mental health ally in the professional world. Great. Then it proceeds to step number 2. The chatbot invites users to share their current career challenges or aspirations, offering support and guidance tailored to their mental health and career goals. So this is a very simple one, right? Welcome message, and then proceeds to helping people. You can make this more complicated, but this is the basic setup we have in here. Always 2 messages for the communication sequence, and then, you know, I wouldn't say random, an appropriate selection of building blocks to go with the GPT. So if we're creating a mental health GPT for professionals, then these are useful. There you go. So this is what will spit out for you. These are free examples. And at the bottom, you have the building blocks. What else do we have in here? If we go above the examples, these are the examples. What else is here? Well, these are various guidelines. And these are guidelines on how to interact with the user right here. So this is the communication sequence of the GPT. This is what you will see. The GPT will interact with you in 3 steps. First step is, hey, welcome. What kind of GPT do you want to build today? That's sort of the first message you will receive. In different words, you know, start by clearly defining your chatbot's purpose/goal. And then a little tip. Second, it's going to follow up with some clarifying questions to primarily find out more about the goal that you have. Okay, so you're going to get 5 questions. Now you can answer these, or you can answer with auto, and it will come up with answers itself. That's the second step. Third step, it will generate all the instructions for you. So this is how the GPT Builder is going to be interacting with you in these 3 steps. And it's going to be using some of the examples down here and the building blocks all the way down here to build a GPT for you. That's what's happening here. Last thing we didn't touch on in this prompt is all the instructions here in the beginning, various elements to this that make it work. Basically, through a lot of trial and error, I arrived at most of these, and now we even implemented a more consistent image generation at the end of the process. Okay, enough talking about theory. Let's build a GPT, shall we? If you guys have an idea for one that we could build, feel free to leave it in chat. I'll happily do that. But with that being said, let's just dive right in, and let's hope that ChatGPT is working. Let me refresh and see if this is up and running. Nice. So, as mentioned, prompt available in the description, but also link to the GPT Builder available in the description. What's the advantage to using the GPT Builder? Well, as we go and as we learn more and as we use this more, we're going to keep updating it. So this is version 1.3. If you just pin this to your sidebar, if you start a chat with it, like I have it here, you're going to know that this is always the newest and best version of it. And how do you start using it? Well, simple as this. You say, let's build a GPT. Now, we did cover this last time, but we didn't go this in depth on the prompt behind it, and we also didn't give additional tips on how to use it, which I will do now. So there you go. Welcome to the aiadvantage Custom GPT Builder. Start by clearly defining your chatbot's purpose goal. Again, if anybody's just tuning in, we're building GPTs with kind of this relatively foolproof system. All you need to do is you need to state the purpose and the goal. And you guys know I like to take things spontaneously. I did not prepare an example that I want to show you here. I know sort of what works well. Tutors really work well. Mental health coaches really work well, right? Because they don't need any external actions or any additional knowledge base files to function well. So if we do something in the educational realm, I know that that's just going to work fantastically. So chat, do you have any suggestions? What kind of GPT should we build? I'm open to any ideas. Feel free to share it. What kind of educational GPT do you want to build? And feel free to, go a little crazy. Like, I don't know, let's do, cat behavioral analysts or whatever. Euromaster already looking forward to version 1.4. My man, always trying to be ahead of the curve. Yes. A law enforcement knowledge center. Well, that you see, that is an example of a GPT where just the instructions won't suffice. You need some sort of knowledge. You probably need some sort of localized knowledge to the region where you function. Probably some laws, probably some guidelines, maybe some cases that you've worked on, some details. Maybe your approach to solving things. Let's see, what else? A jazz guitar tutorial. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. General relativity for laymen. That you could do that. That's not a topic I know much about, so I would have a hard time customizing that. One for quantum mechanics and one for Greek mythology. My man has very widespread interests. I like it. By the way, I love Greek mythology. I grew up on it. Yeah, when I was like 4, my grandma was reading me all the Greek mythology and I couldn't get enough of it. I always wanted to reread it. Okay, so some good ones coming here. A machine learning tutor, cybersecurity instructor, alternate medicine guru, how to be a good screenwriter, supply. What do I pick? So many good ones. I mean, it's going to be hard to vote on this. I think I'm just going to pick a random one. Curious about guitar. GPT coach for planning your life purpose. A how to use ChatGPT tutor. Oh, that's a good one, Marcus. Actually, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. A custom bunny slipper sizer and designer. A vote for most creative idea goes to seafood. Yeah, seafood dye. Great. Okay. All right. How to build a YouTube channel about ancient Egypt. That's a good one too. Jazz chords would be complicated and interesting. Soccer coach for kids. Jesus, okay, I'm a bit overwhelmed. So many good ideas here. Let me just go with... I like the ChatGPT tutor idea. There's so many good ones. The jazz guitar one was first. Let's just go with that. Jazz guitar tutor. The thing is, I really don't know much about chords. I used to play drums, you know. I'm a little bit like simplistic like that. Absolutely loved it. Played drums for 4 years. Machine learning tutor. How about that? That's a good one too. Okay. So let's do that. A GPT that creates GPTs that create GPTs. Yeah, that's true. We could do that. Okay, let's just do machine learning tutor. Or stock analysis? A study guide? Okay. Let's do a machine learning tutor. Simple as that, okay? So any single one of these messages in chat that you guys just sent, you can just go to the link and you can just type it in yourself and you could go through this experience yourself. Okay, so let's go into this. As somebody, you know, what perspective are we gonna take here? Let's just do a generalized one. Let's say, you know, we're like an 18-year-old that is like really getting into kind of, maybe we started learning Python a few months ago. We got the basics down. And we're really interested in kind of the entire artificial intelligence space, but we're not just interested in Gen AI. We're interested in kind of the inner workings of it, and we wanna really get technical with it. And maybe we're thinking about studying it. So this is really a spot where this tool shines. You're gonna be able to build a little tutor that's gonna help you along your way. Now, why I'm pointing that out? Why am I fleshing the example out? Because I think if you're, you know, a seasoned veteran and you have a decade worth of experience, then a tutor like this is not going to do much for you, right? It's going to be, you know, basic to intermediate, beginner to intermediate. But if you're getting into a new topic, it's a fantastic tool to use. Okay, so as I said, second step will always be these 5 questions. How do we answer them? Simply like this. Let's refine the details of your machine learning tutor GPT. Okay, would you like the GPT to act as a beginner's guide, an advanced tutor, or something else? Complete beginner's guide. And as I pointed out, you could also go ahead and just type auto and hit enter, and it will auto answer all the questions if you're lazy. I do it most of the time. Okay. Number 2, response format. Should the response be detailed, explanations, step-by-step guides, or quick tips? I like step-by-step guides. And I like quick tips and quick tips. How about that? Now, you could also, you know, go beyond what this suggests. You could say, hey, I want every response to be an interactive quiz, and it will do that for you. Okay, number 3, creativity level. Do you prefer the GPT to provide creative and engaging explanations or strictly factual and concise? You know what? Let's do something a little unconventional here. I want creative explanations in the voice of... Do you guys like SpongeBob? We could do SpongeBob here. Drum tutor. Ooh, we actually just had this, like this just came up in the community. We were talking about, Philip brought up Terrence Fletcher, the teacher in Whiplash. You know, like this, if I've seen the movie for the first time a week ago, but he's the super strict teacher that, you know, wants to get the best out of people by crushing them essentially, by being super strict. We could do that. Or drum tutor. Yoda, I like it. Tarun, fantastic suggestion in the voice of Yoda. Yeah, that's a good one. That's gonna be funny. So we're gonna have creative explanations from Yoda. Number 4, what should be emphasized or avoided in the responses? I don't know. I'll just say not sure. 5, any specific guidelines or key topics that should be included in the tutoring session? I have no idea. You tell me. So you can talk to natural language just like you talk to a human, right? And this is the thing, like I'll be, you know, throwing in tips here and there for all levels. Some people are completely new here and are just getting into this, and some people have been following every single upload since 1.5 years. You guys know this. You guys know that you can talk to it as an assistant. You guys know all the tricks. You might be just here for the entertainment, but that's fine. Because what it did here, while I was blabbering, it generated everything for us. Now, here's one inconsistency that we haven't managed to fix yet. 6 out of 10 times, I would say, or 7 out of 10 times, it generates an image in the end. Not every time. We set it up that it also gives you the image. So as you can see, here you have the title of the GPT, here you have the description, and these are all the instructions. So let's build it, shall we? What I'll do is this. I'll throw this over, and then we can go to Explore GPTs, create a GPT, configure. Okay, perfect. So doesn't want to cooperate. There's like some content policy issue with the image. Let's see, what is it trying to generate? Anyway, so let's begin with the title, right? And this is really how you do it. Like 1, description, 2, and then all the instructions up here, starting with communication sequence, ending with the last building block down here, 3, and you're ready to go. This is the first version of your GPT. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna edit it like this. This is not the best overview. What I like to do is I like to open up a document, just like this one. We can delete this. And we're gonna edit it in here, just because it's a bit more, that's... There you go. Okay, so just because this is a bit... Well, it's not perfect, isn't it? How about... okay, then let's look at it in here. Basically, this is our GPT, okay? So let's review what was generated here as I look at the chat and what you guys are thinking right now. Yoda is planned for GPT-5. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of the curve here with the Yoda voice. All right, so let's look at this. Yeah, so this should be fun with the Yoda voice. So what did it generate here for us? First of all, there's the communication sequence with 2 steps. First of all, it's gonna begin with a greeting like, welcome to the machine learning mentor, your guide to the mysteries of machine learning, I am. Gosh, now I should have like a Yoda voice filter. That would be great. Maybe next time. But that's how it starts. Welcome message, okay? Following up, the chatbot invites users to share their current understanding or questions about machine learning, offering step-by-step guidance and quick tips in a creative and engaging manner. Perfect. Very simple. You know, welcome message 1, help the user out 2. Moving on, instructions. This is always the same. This is just a great way to initiate the GPT. And then here is where all the magic happens. This is where it gets its personality, its behavior, all of that. Quite simplistic, but very effective. Now, Of course, you can extend this as much as you want. Not for the challenge, though. Stick around for that. There I have some guidelines. But basically, various building blocks. What did it pick? Okay, personality definition. You're an expert in machine learning, providing step-by-step guides and quick tips with creative explanations in the voice of Yoda. Amazing. Looking forward to that. Scenario-based training. See, it used this building block that we highlighted earlier. Guide users through basic concepts such as supervised and unsupervised learning, feature selection, model evaluation, and more, using creative and engaging examples. Nice. Creative and engaging examples. It's echoing our decisions in the questions, in the clarifying questions. Remember that? Create a chat GPT, I will. I like that comment. Okay. Structure, response, and tone. Use a structure. You know what? I actually like that comment so much. There's this feature that I don't use enough where I can throw comments on screen. Fajita, you're with me on stream. Good to have you here, man. I believe this is gonna fade soon, but anyway. Cool. Okay, what else did it put in here? Structured, response, and tone. Use a structured format for responses, maintaining a creative and engaging tone, mimicking Yoda's speech patterns. Okay, so you see this echoed in like multiple parts where it matters. Interactive learning modules offer exercises and quizzes to reinforce learning and help users practice machine learning concepts. There you go. That's what I was saying. If you're building a tutor, it's going to use this. If you're building something that is not educational related, it's going to leave it out. It's smart like that. It's going to make these decisions for you. But you can make them by yourself by understanding how the prompt works. That's why I started that way. Okay. Professional resource recommendations. It suggests articles, books, online courses based on the user's current understandings. It adapts to files you upload. These are basically toolings that we include. I found it's really good to include these building blocks to reinforce that behavior. Sure, you can always call up on the browser tool. And you can, if you type in something concrete like, hey, use the browser tool to find me free articles on this topic, and then you give it a topic, it will pull up the browser tool. But I found that if you include it in the building blocks, it will autonomously do that more often, if that makes sense. You don't have to specifically ask it to do that. It will just keep considering in its responses that, should I use the browsing tool? Should I use the image processing tool here? I mean, sure, the image processing tool, maybe not as essential as the browser one, but I really found this to help actually. It used the browser tool more often if you have this in here. And that is really it. Simple as pie. I believe everybody can customize this, right? If you want to customize the welcome message, you can customize it here. If you want to delete one of the building blocks, you can delete them here. If you want to add another one, come up with one of your own. We're going to talk about that soon. Then you can do that down here too. And basically we copied over all of this into here and I edited nothing, right? So all I'm going to do is say, let's begin. I like to always have some sort of conversation starter to make the GPT more user-friendly. And then do we need DALL-E here? Probably not. Do we need code interpreter? Maybe. So I'm just going to do this. You can just turn all three on by default. That's fine. That should be just fine. Ooh, one more thing, our image. Did it give us our image? It didn't. There's some problem with following the content policy. So we can just generate one up here. And then we're ready to go. So we're going to test run this, and then we're going to talk about customizing the building blocks, okay, to your own needs. And then we're going to go further. Is the broadcast recorded? Absolutely. Absolutely. Rusty, what's up? Saying ask to output it in Markdown to copy it easily. Exactly right. So these are the kind of the extensions we can make. We'll talk about that in a second. By the way, shout out Rusty. Great to have you in the community. Great to have co-worked on some of the products we sell. And also thanks for some of the feedback on structuring this thing. Yeah. Some of the formatting. Markdown is king, ladies and gents. Markdown formatting works super well. Okay. Okay, are we ready to go? Do we have an image? Hey, what's up, ChatGPT? Where's my image? Use DALL-E. Come on. Give me my image. These wonderful people want to see the GPT at work. What's up with that? Is DALL-E down? Usually this works. Is there some issue again with them? Operational. Doesn't seem like it. Isn't down. Okay. You know what? We'll just ask it for the image prompt. That's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. We'll do that. Okay. You know what? we can just skip the step. We don't necessarily need an image. The image gen has been stupidly slow lately. Ah, makes sense. So this is what it did. What's wrong with this? Resembling Yoda holding a book. Ah, it probably has a problem with Yoda, huh? I see. Yeah, it's like, hey, this is a copyrighted character. That makes sense why I wouldn't want to do that. Let's do, you know, now I need to visually describe Yoda. Oh god, this one's tricky. Can you guys help me out here? What do we... How do you describe Yoda? Or a child-sized alien with green skin and pointy ears. I don't know. I need a reference image of Yoda. What else? With a white hair growing out of his ear, I suppose. What else? What do I describe? How do you describe Yoda? In you know, in an outfit that a homeless person would wear, I guess. A wise and old character. Okay, let's see if we get this. That looks like Yoda. You think that works? We can try that too. Okay. Funny looking child size Jack Russell lives in a swamp. A lizard-like child alien character short with green skin. Yeah, Taro, good example, good suggestion. Yeah, just ask ChatGPT what Yoda would look like. Oh, there you go. Okay, just some intuitive prompting here. Let's go. Absolutely roasting Yoda right now. My bad. Please don't, you know. Sir Yoda, sorry I am. Okay, there you go. A wise old character. Let's see if this prompt is better than, you know, the homeless person with gray hair growing out of his ear that I suggested. It is close enough. I mean, I gotta say, this is how you get around these things. Okay, good. Let's get back on track. Let's complete this GPT, shall we? So let me just upload this photo. Oh. Okay, ChatGPT wins. I gotta, you know, gotta keep it real. Yeah. This is better. Nice job. This is how you get around like these silly restrictions. Oh, I can't generate an image of Yoda. Describe Yoda and then generate it. Okay, no problem. Please. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look entirely like Yoda. Still like this guy. Okay, let's get into this. So let me full screen this again. And here we shall test it out. Okay, hit create. I'm gonna make this, you know, public. Anyone with this link, update, and then I'll share this in chat with you guys if you want to like talk to Yoda and test this out yourself. But let's give it a spin. Let's see how this GPT that we built with, you know, minimal effort. I mean, you know, I'm yapping on here, but this would have took 2 minutes if I would have been efficient. Okay, copy link. I'll share this in chat with you. You guys can check this out. Also, like one sec. Okay. So now we can preview this and see how the interaction looks like, and then we'll get into customizing it. Okay, view GPT. Okay, so all I'll do is say, let's begin, right? Let's have a look. Welcome to the machine learning. I don't know. I can't do Yoda voice. I have a bunch of voices here, but not Yoda voice. I could do, you know, small robot.
Welcome to the Machine Learning Mentor, your guide to the mysteries of machine learning.
I am. Share your understanding or questions about machine learning. You will. Step-by-step guidance and quick tips offer you. I shall. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, let's just start. I'm completely new. Where should I start? Let's see. Let's just interact with it as a user would. New to machine learning you are. This Yoda suggestion actually kind of made my day. This is great. Begin at the basics, we shall. Sorry, I'm not going to try doing a Yoda voice. I'm not good at it. Understand the key concepts we must. Learn, you will. What is machine learning? Okay, here you get the basics. So let's have a look. Okay, it gives you some basic concepts, and then look at this. Next steps. Practice with simple data sets. You should. Try tutorials and courses I recommend. Ready to dive into a specific topic or a concept, are you? Ask more, you can. So there you go. Now, let me just pull up a quick comparison. So for anybody who's new here, so you understand. If you simply do this in ChatGPT, what would you get? I'm completely new. Let's give it a little bit of context, to machine learning. Where should I start? And let's compare these two answers, shall we? It's giving you kind of the steps, which is fair. I think this is slightly better representation for a beginner, so I would prefer this, but here it just goes all over the place. So this is more tailored to, a beginner, a beginning student, rather where this is just, hey, here's all the things you can do. And then this is kind of the essential part, right? Because like you're talking to an assistant, you're talking to a digital assistant here. You want it to interact with you. So this, I always have my eyes on the last part of the prompt. Like how does it ask me to continue in the conversation? This is the big problem with this used to be the big problem with 3.5, by the way. People got into it, they sent it a basic prompt, and the result was mediocre and it didn't prompt you to continue. So people gave up on it quickly, right? You really have to get into this mindset of this conversational mindset. I always say, think of it as a super highly qualified and expensive assistant that you hired, right? If you don't like something, give it feedback. Go back and forth with it. You'll figure it out. So let's see, how did it fare in the end? By following these steps, you'll build a strong foundation in machine learning and be well equipped to tackle more advanced topics and projects. Good luck on your journey. Okay, so essentially it's like, yeah, good luck out there. Have a good one. See, and a typical user, if you give it this experience, they would be like, oh yeah, okay, ChatGPT is all right. But it makes all the difference if it goes ahead and says, practice with simple data sets, you should. Try tutorials and courses I recommend. Okay, what tutorials or courses? Not sure how to continue here. Okay. Okay. Legally distinct Yoda. That would have been a good one. Yeah. Lawyer Yoda. It's my new catchphrase. I like it. Yeah, whenever. It's such... Everybody should actually replace their ums and ahs or their weight, their like with I might start doing that. Let's see. So one thing that it did here, it gave me links. Now I'm not sure if these are gonna work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Did they work? Look at that. Remember in the GPT instructions, we told it, hey, provide me with links to resources. It just did that. Whereas the original version didn't do that, right? There's no links to the books, but here it's like, yep, here are a few books and here's the link to it. Now, as I mentioned, like some of these, they don't always work, but often they do, as you can see. So that's great. That's a great little feature. Okay, next steps. Start with a course you should. Practice on Kaggle or Collab, you can. Specific questions or challenges, bring them to me, you may. Guide you further, I will. Ready to begin with a course, are you? Or have a specific topic on mind? Ask away, you should. Not sure. Can you help me practice? Let's see. And let's do the same here. Not sure. Can you help me practice? Let's see the difference. So here it tells you, okay, let's start with a simple machine learning project, step-by-step guidance I provide. Excellent. Let's see what we're predicting housing prices. Same thing, predicting housing prices. Good stuff. Both cases. There's a summary. Run the code in your environment. Ask. I think you get the point. See? It just does these modules at the end. It's built for user interaction rather than being built to answer a question, and that's kind of it, right? This makes all the difference in a tutor, I think, right? It's this interactive aspect. It's this aspect where it actually prompts people to do more. Okay, perfect. So good news. The little surprise demo thing we have is looking like it's working. Excellent, excellent. So I'm going to be a little surprise here for you soonish. Yoda doesn't know the meaning of verb or predicate. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's probably true. So I think you now get the difference between just using ChatGPT and using a GPT build with this builder. So now here's the obvious question. How do I extend this? How do I customize this? Now, that's what this week's challenge is all about, okay? I'll start briefly introducing it here, but basically in the link in the description, I'm challenging you to use this GPT builder to come up with one building block of your own and to improve the GPT with that and then submit the instructions, okay? First place, yearly membership to the aiadvantage community. Second and third place, 3 months of membership. That's a total of, total worth of around $1,000. And we would love to have you amongst our ranks. Just like Euromastro here was in the last challenge, and now he's up in the comment sections and participating in everything. Great to have you around, Euromastro, by the way. So, okay, what is the challenge about? The challenge is about customizing it. So let's customize some stuff, okay? What concretely are we customizing? Well, you're gonna first build the GPT, then you're gonna customize only one building block or add only one building block to the instructions. It should roughly match the length, like don't say you're doing one building block and then like put a super prompt in there. One building block that roughly matches the format we have here, like 1 line each for example, description and name. And then you share the results in the public challenge. I will go into the further details here, but let's say Yoda here. What could we customize? Well, we could customize anything. We could delete any single one of these. Maybe we don't like the fact that it, references the links. Maybe we just want to remove that. I mean, probably not, but then you would delete this building block. Maybe we like all the building blocks that are here, but we want to add another one. How do you add another building block? Like this. And we're going to go with Rusty's suggestion here, where, maybe we want every single response to be in Markdown formatting because we're maybe building a blog for this. I just came up with this idea. Maybe you're building a website with a bunch of articles on how to learn machine learning. Well, in that case, you want your GPT to output Markdown format every single time, right? Because Markdown format is displayed in HTML, and then it's going to be displayed in your blog posts. You're going to have your blog posts and your tutoring sessions that might live on your new blog pre-formatted. Okay, so how do we make every response a Markdown format? Well, you just go ahead. You can invent a new building block like so. Let's say response format in reply in Markdown. Every time you send the user a message, reply in Markdown format. And you can simply extend it like so. This would be one building block. Now look, you can make this more extensive. You can make this more intricate. What other building blocks could you implement? Here's kind of the key to the castle, okay, of this whole thing. Right, let me full screen myself to add some dramatic effect to this point because it's an important one. Why is this taking me so long? I'll just do this. There you go. I'm full screened. Guys, every single prompt that you've ever come across can be a building block. I'm serious. Every single prompt can be a building block. You might recognize some of these, right? What is this? You're an expert in machine learning, providing step-by-step guides. This is a prompt. This is an instruction, right? Hey, use the browsing tool. Well, this is also like it's a prompt building block, but you can turn any prompt into a building block. And this is what this week's challenge really is about. Last time I was like, hey, show me some use cases, some prompts you guys have for GPT 4.0, shared with the community, best ones will win prizes. This time we're like, okay, here's the GPT builder, and I want you to take one of your favorite prompts, turn it into a building block. You'll have to do that manually. No GPT, you can build a GPT for that, but I'm not providing one. But turning into a building block like so, and improve the GPT that is built with the builder. And the entire challenge is around generate instructions like I showed you step by step, and then add one building block that makes it better. Best GPT wins. What is best? That is all defined in here by the judging criteria. We're going to judge prompting creativity and the usefulness, to a specific person, not usefulness to everybody. And that's the basic idea. So this is, you know, a part of a prompt that you can use. You can have it create interactive quizzes. You can have it retrieve specific files, or you can have it retrieve specific websites every single time it works. You can force it to use the browser tool on every interaction. You can ask it to write an essay. You can ask it to output blog posts in a specific format. It doesn't matter. Every prompt you have can be turned into a building block. This is my point. And I'll open up the criteria here a little bit. I'll tell you, like in here, this sounds quite strict. It should roughly match the length of the other building blocks. So what I don't want you doing is having a prompt this large and then being like, hey, here's my building block. And then you have like a whole essay down here, right? You can do 2 or 3 lines. It's fine, you know? If you wanna, you know, extend this a little bit, and make this building block a little longer like so, that's fine. Just, you know, just don't go overboard. That's the whole point there. But this is the idea behind this challenge. So I showed you one here, okay? There's many more, and we will talk about those next week, okay? But basically, I'm going ahead and I'm challenging all of you who are willing to participate to expand the instructions that have been created by this GPT builder with one building block of your choice. What can that building block be? Well, it can be, you know, any prompt that is useful to you that might make sense here. Okay. So those are the basics. But now we don't stop there, okay? This, yeah, Fahita, this is live. And actually, we're going to go one step further, okay? So let me just round out this challenge part, and then we're done with that. But basically, you can find all the details in here. We're doing a public challenge. This is publicly accessible without logging in. To post something in here, you have to sign up like some of the other 1,600 members in the community, in the public area. And basically, you can just go ahead and say new post. Very soon, you will see some examples. Community members are very used to doing this every single week because we run one challenge a week in the community. In this public area, we do it once a month. This is the challenge for June. And yeah, you're going to be building a public GPT. Just give it the title here, you know, our Yoda. I won't be doing it all here. It takes too much time. But basically, well, actually it doesn't. You just tell it, you know, machine learning tutor. Matter of fact, what am I talking about? It takes too much time. This is the quickest thing ever. I'm gonna just open up this. I'm gonna copy my instructions. I'm gonna say instructions. I'm gonna share it here. I built a machine learning tutor that outputs everything in Markdown format for my blog. You know, you can, and this would be a submission. And you're in the game already. Now, there's some further details you can check out in the challenge guide, but basically this would be my submission and it just appears here. That's it. Deadline is next Monday, midnight Eastern European time. So by the end of Monday, June the 10th, midnight submission deadline. I have to add that here. That's the one thing I forgot in here. Everything in here. If you want, you know, we just went through the step-by-step guide in more detail on the stream, but don't leave yet. There's something really cool coming up in just a few minutes here. And this is basically it. So I'm challenging you to create a GPT with one custom building block. If you want to go overboard, you can. We have a bonus price here. One extra quarterly membership will go out to like a fully custom GPT. If you want to like really go overboard and like, or like share something amazing you build, share the instructions, you can do that here. We will judge that too. But that's basically it. You know, let's not spend any more time on this point. Let me look into the next phase. Let's have a look. Just let me double check if everything is ready to go for the next thing we prepared here, because we are going to be doing a live demo here. We're going to be doing a live demo here of something that I personally am super excited about. And for that, we're doing a first. We're actually bringing on an aiadvantage team member onto the live stream. Matter of fact, we just held a live event on this exact topic 2 hours ago. And I thought it was so cool that I want to show it to you guys too. So without further ado, let me introduce Philip from our community. I need to do a few clicks here. Let's see if everything is working. I click this button and then there we go. Ha ha ha. Philip, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent, man. Good to have you here. Quick little intro. Philip and I have been working together since spring 2023, I believe. We met in the Discord, in the aiadvantage Discord, back when it was, alive and well a year ago. And basically, Philip is a developer and just curious AI enthusiast and power user. And also, Philip is 15 years old, I believe, right?
Yes, exactly.
My man. Everybody in the community and on the team, has so much love for Philip because Philip is 15 and he's been building Minecraft maps. He's been prompt engineering. He's a versed Python developer helping us with code and no-code automations left and right. Philip is absolutely amazing. Man, it's great to have you here. We're about to show these wonderful people on YouTube something that, I slid into your DMs last Friday with another crazy idea, just like Igor has them here and there. And we did something new. Am I right, Philip? What are we about to show these people here?
Yes, I'm excited and thank you so much for the introduction. I am thrilled to be here. So, what we did is a little experiment. And is everybody familiar with Unreal Engine?
Yeah, this is a fantastic question. Leave it in the chat below. I want to see your guys' kind of like education level. And yeah, that's the wrong word. Like, are you guys aware of what Unreal Engine is and what it does? Because this idea that I had last week was like, there's more and more demos popping up of people adding, creating virtual environments and adding GPT-powered characters into these environments. And I was like, I want to play with that stuff too. So I just wrote in team chat, like, anybody have experience with game development? And Philip was like, yeah, I've actually been building Minecraft maps since I'm like 10 or 11 or something. And then we created this. So do you guys know what Unreal Engine is? Share in chat. Are you familiar? A game engine? Yeah, Daniel has heard it's Unreal, man. Yes, people know. Okay, fantastic. So it's basically a game engine that is also used for, video and movie production. Anytime you need a 3D environment, Fortnite, it has been built for Fortnite initially, but now a lot of games are using it. So it's basically you can create 3D environments, you can insert 3D models, you can insert various characters, and you can hook it up to ChatGPT. And then you can maybe talk to them. Am I right, Philip?
Exactly. So the cool thing about Unreal Engine is that it's real time. And another thing about it is it also uses blueprints. So you can either code your project in C++ or blueprints. And can everybody see my screen at the moment?
Yes. So right now the setup is we see the screen and me on the bottom right. Philip doesn't have a camera as of now. Usually he does. Excuse that. But like here we are. We can beautifully see a screen and you're coming in loud and clear through the mic.
Great. So, okay, maybe we will just introduce the project, what we did, what's the experiment. So we tried to put ChatGPT into a 3D space. So we have this office environment, and the goal was to have ChatGPT standing right here and being able to talk to you. And I talked about blueprints, and it's going to be very brief, but this is essentially how the logic looks like.
Yes.
Blueprints is like the way that you can code in Unreal Engine without writing a single line of code. And this is the logic behind this GPT character. So here we generate the response, then we take that and create a speech, and after that we play it. So that's just super brief to show you that that looks like a mess because I'm not great at organizing notes.
That's okay.
But once you get into it, it's super fun. I would recommend that if you're starting out.
100%. So sorry, before we get into this like live demo and you like hit play on this and we show the people what we have created, that's so just to give a little bit of context, like Philip in the community, he teaches some of the no-code lectures. So when it comes to using things like Make or Zapier, well, mainly Make currently, but that's what we're focusing on. But also these blueprints in Unreal Engine, right? They're all ways to communicate logic. They're all ways to make, like essentially everything you see happen in the game, you can make happen for a blueprint. And you don't have to write a single line of C++ code. You don't need to know how to do that because these blueprints enable customization without any knowledge of the coding language. You can download a lot of preset blueprints. You can, if we take this, and by the way, we do plan on doing this. We're going to talk about this in a second. But if we package this demo and like give you the files, then you can just go in and you can just change the system prompt of the AI-powered character, and you don't have to worry about all of this because like the work has been done for you. But if you want to edit it, you can. You don't need to know coding. So I don't know. That's just a little double click on the blueprints there. But now to the interesting part, Philip. Shall we show all these beautiful and intelligent people what is possible with a mix of Unreal Engine and GPT 4.0 API?
Yes, we will. So instead of just trying to explain blueprints, I know that's not super interesting. Let's actually hit play and see how this works.
Let's do it.
So let me maybe just hide this.
Good call.
Yeah. So we've got this office environment, and inside of it, we've got these two characters. And whenever I approach one of them, we've got a text saying hold Q to speak. So let's actually do it. And I'm going to say, hello.
Hello, how can I assist you today?
Can everybody hear that?
Yes, it was audible. Perfect. Works perfect.
Okay, great. So what we can do is have a conversation with this character right now. So we can ask, what is your name?
My name is Echo. What's yours?
My name is Philip. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Philip. How can I help you today?
So that is the demo, and
Yeah.
this is like the very basic version that we did. So
Yeah.
Igor, do we wanna continue?
Yeah, exactly right. So this is so we're gonna do one more step here, right? We're gonna try and attempt and kind of like turn what we came up with in theory in today's lecture, and we'll turn it into practice. Just to recap, what we did here is we, took a little map, we inserted a character that you can control yourself. We added some other characters that we hooked up to various nodes and blueprints that basically make it speak through the GPT 4.0 API. And now you can go in here and you can talk to them. But not just that. Philip, do you want to show him the key feature, why we built this? We want us and our community members to experiment a little more. We want to encourage exploration. That's why we made it really simple to alter the system prompt of any single one of these. You don't need to go into the blueprints. All you need to do is press tab, I believe, right?
Yes, whenever I press tab close to the character, it shows me the following menu. And here I can preview the system prompt that is inside of this guy right now, and I can modify it in real time. So, for example, I can change his name. Also, that's a very basic system prompt that I wrote in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Your name is Echo, act like a physical robot, you're standing in the office interacting with the user, act naturally and reply with short conversational messages. So what I can do is, for example, change his name. So let's say your name is, I don't know, Tom. I've also created this button, which is clear memory, so that he doesn't remember his previous name. I know that sounds crazy without context, but now when I press tab again, I'm going to hide the menu and ask him once more, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Tom. How can I assist you today?
There you go.
Excellent. That worked like a charm. So now, look, here's the deal. Guys, I know you guys have personas. I know you guys have system prompts. I know you guys have been across the internet and have been copy-pasting the living heck out of every single persona you can come across, every single prompt. You're storing them somewhere. This is an opportunity to kind of dust them off and to give them, well, literally a second life, right? You can just kind of use them inside a real world. Now, we could change the map. You could change the map, right? But here's what we want to try. Philip, are we going to be able to put, our little Yoda tutor that we just built into one of these characters?
Of course, let's try it.
Let's try it out.
I just need to copy the instructions from you.
Yes. So as you can see, I just sent Philip a quick Slack message with the instructions as I was talking there.
Right. So let me approach the other guy this time. And when I press tab again, I can modify the system prompt. Let's paste all of those instructions. So what is the character? Is this like a Yoda tutor? Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, exactly right. So it's a machine learning tutor that speaks in the style of Yoda, and it's supposed to help you with interactive exercises and links to resources. It's a basic GPT we built with the aiadvantage GPT Builder.
Okay, let's try it. So, who are you?
Welcome to the Machine Learning Mentor, your guide to the mysteries of machine learning.
This is so good.
I am Here to assist you in understanding and mastering the art of machine learning. I am. Share your current understanding or questions about machine learning. You should. Step-by-step guidance and
You
quick
should.
tips. Provide, I will.
Provide, I will. Philip, feel free to respond to him with whatever you like. What would you like to learn about
course.
machine learning?
I am brand new to machine learning. I don't even know what that means. Can you please help me? Help you I can.
So good. And then now he's going to read. There's a bit of latency. We don't have the new API yet, right? It's coming in the next
Right.
week.
So
I
basically it
can.
waits for the whole thing to
Understand
generate
machine
and then
learning.
it feeds
We
it into
must.
the
Machine learning,
text-to-speech
what it
API.
is. One definition. Machine learning, a subset of artificial intelligence. It is.
Excellent.
Computers to learn from data and make decisions or predictions without being explicitly programmed. It
Okay.
allows.
Perfect. Awesome,
Types
man.
of-
Yeah, I think that concludes it, man. Amazing.
Label-
So as you can
model
see,
is
guys, this is
like a
yeah.
teacher.
You can cut it off. That's all right.
Unsupervised learning.
Okay, I want to try the prompt from Daniel in the chat. So,
Okay, what did he share? Let's do it.
oh my god, are you Yoda?
Let's do it.
Oh my god, are you Yoda? Yoda, I am not?
Yoda, I am not. But
the
speak like
privacy
I do.
policies.
Fun and engaging,
Oh.
yes. Guide you through machine learning, I will. Share more about your understanding or questions, you should. Help you, I can.
Help you, I can. There you go.
I
Yeah,
help
good
you I
stuff.
can.
Thank you for the suggestion, Daniel. Amazing stuff. And there you go. This is basically what we wanted to show you. So, you know, like, what's the deal? Why are we doing this? Well, I have some ideas. And I think there's a lot of ideas that, you know, wouldn't work too well in like a YouTube video, but would absolutely kill it in like a live stream or in a community live event. Basically a setting like this. We just had matter of fact, we just held a community event on this 2 hours ago where we demoed this in like full length. Now we took like 5 minutes in the community. We took like 50 minutes to just talk about this and the possibilities. Kind of a first look at what some of the experiments that we're doing here with the team. But basically, 2 ideas came up that I want to share with you guys. One of them is like recreating this tutor situation in a 3D environment, right? Maybe putting, you know, Benjamin Franklin across the table of you and having him tutor you through the history of America, right? You could use this GPT Builder to create instructions for a Benjamin Franklin that will like teach you about the history of America. And then you have a scenario where you sit across him and you're actually interacting with him with the voice. Plus, when the new 4.0 API comes out with the new voice assistant, the interaction will be like this. And guess what? These voices that are there can be replaced. So if we, you know, had a few more minutes to prepare, we could switch out this voice for a voice of Yoda. And all of a sudden, it's not just ChatGPT generating text on a screen and you having to read all that. It's not that impressive. It's not that, you know, like, especially for educational stuff, especially for when you're trying to like experiment and like prompt new things and or hang out with friends and play with this stuff. I think a game demo like this is far superior than, you know, white text on a gray background. That's one idea. And the second one is kind of this like, it's similar to this. And Philip, I will switch away from your screen to my screen just for your information here. But yeah, I think that rounds it out. So everybody, applause for Philip. Philip, thank you so much for, wait, I have this applause button. I always have to find it. Yeah, the applause, let's go. Okay, thank you so much for the demo, Philip. Much appreciated. Philip worked on this over the weekend, and up until like 5 minutes before the event, we were still implementing some customizations. We were getting ready for the community event. Great job, Philip, for like just getting things done all the time. Man, I wish I was as far ahead as you when I was 15. It took me another 10 years, but yeah, man, thank you so much for your help on this, and it was great to have you on here, and thanks for the support. I'll see you around.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Excellent stuff. So yeah, everybody shout out Philip. Again, he's 15. He's been creating Minecraft maps since he's 10. The heck? I was watching cartoons when I was 10. This is great stuff. I'll switch back to my camera. But let's talk about this. Like, what's the point of this? So now I showed you the full workflow from like using the GPT and how it works to actually creating a GPT with it, right? GPTception. And then we took that GPT and put it in a virtual environment. We gave it a body. We put it inside of an office space. By the way, that office space is like multiple floors and there's like different nooks and crannies. That we even put like an aiadvantage logo in there. Thanks, Philip. Well, Philip did it. But yeah, as I said, we basically had very, you know, this is kind of just the first draft, but you can expect more of this on this channel and in the community. I think this is one of the best ways to interact and to learn about AI, and I'll be leaning into this. So yeah, that is basically that. And second idea, right? I was talking about the second idea that we want to make happen. Well, it's kind of a group session, a roundtable discussion with multiple mentors. So, you know, picture this: you have Benjamin Franklin on one side, but like Aristotle and Cleopatra on the other side, and you can have these discussions. You can do these things inside of ChatGPT already. It's just, I don't know, is it just me, or does it get kind of boring after like reading text that is being generated for like 10 minutes? I think this could make it a whole, like way more fun. And at this point, I want to shout out this video that inspired me to actually do this and to actually, you know, start working on this with Philip, because, wait a minute, I just need to show you my screen. There's this fantastic video, the reverse Turing test. We shared it on the channel last week. You might have caught it, but basically it's a video. I'm gonna add my screen share like so. Perfect. The camera over it. It's basically this video. And anybody who hasn't seen this, check it out. It's just basically like these 5 AIs plus 1 human are sitting in a train, or 6 AIs, I suppose. No, 5. They're sitting on a train, and you have Aristotle, Mozart, I forgot who this was, and Cleopatra here on the right. And basically, they're trying to figure out who the human is, and they're talking to each other. They're interacting in a dialogue. Aristotle suggests that they ask each other questions to figure out who the human is, and then like you as the human player can interact with the other AIs. This is a scenario which, you know, I saw this and I was like, I want to recreate this. I want to build my own educational demos to communicate some of these concepts to the people on YouTube, to the people in the community, and this is what we did. So yeah, there you go. Big up, Felipe, for getting this done. Again, you guys asked last time, hey, like, when are we going to meet some, you know, team members that, like, you know, teach in the community? Well, Philip runs our no-code events every 2 weeks. Over the, you know, past, I think it's been like 4 or 5 months. Every 2 weeks, he shares a new project that he's working on. A lot of the recent ones have been ChatGPT actions enabled through Make. So I remember like our last event before this one was more of like, check out what we're working on. The last one was really on teaching how to build a GPT that collects data from the user. So how do you integrate a form with a GPT and a database in the background where you can actually like store things rather than things evaporate with the GPT, right? We don't get access to the logs. So that was the last event. Another one was how to, I don't remember all of them. You can actually look in the public area. You can go to, I think, event recordings. And if you want to check out all the events that are available in the event recordings, in this file, there's a full list of all the no-code events. The no-code events are run by Philip. Now we have met Philip. We're going to do more as we progress with this project. But that's basically the idea. I want to do things like this. I think it's absolutely amazing. And will there be a link to the demo? No, we're not ready to share it yet. This is kind of just the first look, but we do plan on, you know, packaging it for both Windows and Mac users once we have kind of the finished thing. This was kind of just the first look, like literally like 5 minutes before the stream, we like kind of like wrapped it up. We're like, okay, we're ready to show this off. But eventually we're happy to share everything. But first, we're like always like first test running things in the community, obviously. Like it's nice to be in a small closed circle of 20, 30 people in a room, just testing things out, everybody on their mics. I think that's a good like test environment. And then if we have something that's ready to go, I'll package it into a YouTube video if it's appropriate for YouTube, you know, like if I consider it. Good. So there you go. This was kind of the rundown of of everything we've done. This brings it all together. That's what I'm trying to say. We covered GPT building with the custom GPT builder, accessible, you know, now. We'll keep updating it, we'll keep improving it. I showed you how the underlying prompt works. That is also accessible. You can check that out. You can customize it for yourself. We also went ahead and talked about ChatGPT being down today. Sad. But we also built the GPT. We did a slight bit of customization. We're going to do more next week. By the way, next stream, next Tuesday. And then I showed you this Unreal demo and challenged you to create your own GPT. Public challenge. Here you have all the details to that. Check it out. Submit it in here. Again, first prize, yearly membership to the community. Second prize, 3 months. Third prize, 3 months. One more important thing. People have been asking us. People have been texting us about the community, okay? we're not going to do discounts anymore, at least for the time being. No more discounts planned. Matter of fact, I have an announcement to make, and I think this is the right place to make it. We're going to be raising the community price next week, after next week's stream. Reason, the rooms are getting kind of foolish. Yesterday I held an office hours session. By the way, office hours never promised on the sales page. It's just something we're doing because the current scale allows it. But we had 25 people in the room. It started getting a little crowded. Multiple people wanted to ask their questions. We went over time. We hung out there for 1.5 hours. Then Matthias took over and they hung out for like another half an hour. It's getting a little crowded. People are showing up to the events. We're getting 20 to 40 participants in most events. 15 to 45 to be precise. In every single event we do. Last month we ran 21 events. So, you know, we're just getting kind of to a scale where it's getting saturated. So we're raising prices. Here's the deal. For anybody that's in the community already or that joins before next Tuesday is grandfathered in with the prices. So, you know, if you're subscribed already, this doesn't concern you. But for anybody who's like thinking about it, we're going to raise prices by roughly 20% next week. That is one part. And one more clarification I have to make. All the people who joined we had a discount code on the last stream, lasted 48 hours. And then we had a little discount code for all course members 3 months back. Because as you know, we've been building this community since 7 months. And if you account for the Discord, which was actually the original form of the community with 40K members, we're building this since 14 months. That's why there's like a real core of people and not just, you know, educational materials, a lot of people joining, a lot of people leaving. That's usually how communities go. We've been at this since over a year. And what I wanted to say, the discounts, they were a one-time discounts, just to clarify this, right? So I think it was a $50 discount. That was just a discount of the I think quarterly pricing right now is at $170. So you got to join for $120 for the first time. But nevertheless, you're still subscribed for $170 a quarter or the yearly pricing if you did that. I just wanted to clarify that. Got a lot of questions around it. That was just a one-time discount. It was not a discount of the subscription. The subscription is going to be raised next week, and then it's going to stay at that level for all people who joined before. They get the current prices. That's basically that. Okay, good. So we covered that. That's it. Any more questions? I have a few more funny pictures. Do you want to see some funny pictures that we generated over the course of last week? Of course we do, Igor. Okay, all right. I'll show you. Don't mind. So you might know that, you know, we've been going a little crazy on the thumbnails. I gotta admit, we kind of lost it. We kind of lost it on the thumbnails. We gave up all our preconceptions of what makes a good thumbnail, and we started creating, you know, like Igor riding a pink elephant and similar gems. Anyway, I have a few here that didn't make the cut. Nevertheless, I wanted to show it to you guys to round out this beautiful session. Let me show you. Also great to have some community members here in chat. Great to have you guys here. We have this one. How about this one? Igor, Tony Stark, GPT free for everyone. Didn't make the cut. We actually went with Leonardo DiCaprio spraying money like from the yachts, you know. You might have seen the thumbnail last Friday. That's a good one. Then we have this one for AI news you can use. The idea is, you know, like a podcast with an AI. Didn't make the cut also. Kind of a cool image. All of these are generated with Stable Diffusion Stream Booth. We're actually using a tool. We're using a tool that I forgot the name of. What's the tool? Can somebody... God damn it. I need to pull it up. Artflow. Not sponsored or anything. It's just, I don't know. It's like 20 or 30 bucks a month. And then you get to... It's really easy to use Dream Booth and to fine-tune a model yourself. And with multiple users and with us like cranking out so many of them, I don't know, just what we use. We like the interface. But there's there's this one. The concept was like, you know, like, is AI replacing jobs, or like what kind of jobs can you use AI for? Yeah, this didn't make the cut. This, you know, didn't end up being the final one, but, you know, we did this one. Then we have, you know, Igor just like enjoying a weekend off, something that yeah, it's been a minute. As a matter of fact, I don't remember the last day where like I was fully offline and disconnected from the AI space, but that's okay, because then we get to build cool shit like the GPT Builder and Unreal demos. This is Igor, you know, future Igor, hanging out in Hawaii, having a good time. Then we have this gem. This one did make the cut, but I just wanted to give it a little more screen time because it's so amazing. They're all awesome, but nothing beats the pink elephant. Yeah, heck yeah, Rusty. I agree. I had to broadcast. Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. This man has a point. The pink elephant is king. Matter of fact, do you want to know the story behind this? The story behind it was I was just giving an example, and I used this example of the paradox of the pink elephant, and I integrated it into the video. And then the video editing team actually generated this image without the text, just as B-roll for the video. And as I was reviewing the video, as I do every time, leaving comment number 25. I'm so sorry, editors, I leave so many comments, but hey, we want to do our best, right? Anyway, leaving comment number 25, I saw this image pop up. I was talking about the pink elephant, and all of a sudden this shows up. I'm like, if this isn't the best thumbnail I've ever seen, I don't know. And I texted the guys, this is the thumbnail. Just add powerful GPT-4o prompts to it. And I'm not kidding. And they even pointed out, Igor, if you wouldn't have said you're not kidding, we wouldn't have done it. But like, there you go. This happened. We have a few more bangers here. Let's have a look. We have Witcher Igor, amazing. Then we have, for the announcement, we prepared this one. Igor being stunned, being shocked, the entire industry being shocked by the GPT-4 announcement. And then we have a second variation because, she was the actual announcer and not Sam. But yeah, this was just a variation of it. There you go. So these are some extra thumbnails. Just wanted to share this with you guys. And that pretty much wraps it up. Any questions here in chat? We're going to take another 5 minutes, 6 minutes. At 1:30, I'm going to go off. Any questions here? Tune into next week's live stream also, where we'll be reviewing some of the best submissions from this GPT building competition. We'll be looking at some of the building blocks people create. And yeah, if there's some good building blocks, we'll highlight that. We'll share that with everybody here on the stream. We might even improve the GPT Builder with it. Full credit on everything. Ooh, I forgot one more thing. This is inside of the guide. But basically, if you're like, God, Igor, I would like to participate. I would like to create a GPT myself. I just don't have any ideas. Like, where do I start? You know what we did? We went ahead and Ariadne, my amazing assistant, shout out Ariadne, went ahead and she created a little database of all the previous submissions to the last challenge. So, logistically what happens here is all the challenge submissions, we move into the learning center. So basically we have this challenge archive in here. And you can see all the previous challenges, all the 20 challenges we already held, and every single winner along with that. You can check all those out inside of the community. But basically, we also archive every single submission. So if you really like one of these challenges, for example, if you like the one where we created music with Suno and you want to see all of those, you can go down here and find all of them in here. Now, what used to be in the public area, we moved in here, but we created this database for you guys to gain inspiration. These are just use case titles. But in here, you have the whole post. So if you're looking for inspiration, again, full credit here in this column. These are all the people that submitted it. If you're looking for inspiration on what kind of use cases people are using GPT-4o for, then you could take some of these and you could create a GPT from them. So yeah, this is one thing I forgot to mention. And yeah, there you go. Any questions? Let me switch back to my screen and then we can slowly but surely call this a day. Any idea where the new voice mode will be out within a week or more? That's a great question, actually. That's a really great question. I'll highlight it here on screen because I can. Haha, nice. I love this feature. Next Monday is the Apple WWDC keynote, right? So that would be Monday, the 10th of June. So, does that mean OpenAI is going to release their voice assistant? I think it's likely, but not for sure. Keep in mind that WWDC is just a developer conference where they announce all the new features. They announce all the new iOS and macOS updates. And they're gonna, as rumors have it, they're going to announce the OpenAI partnership where OpenAI is going to be the voice assistant on the iPhone. But that is just an announcement, meaning when they announce that, it's gonna take until September until that ships onto our phones. Sure, the developer access is gonna open up way sooner than that, but nevertheless, they can still stall it out a little bit. If I had to guess, I would say we'll be getting voice assistant next week. But that's a whole lot of hope and bias speaking too, So take that with a grain of salt. But I just hope we get our hands on it. Yeah, but keep your eyes on WWDC next week. Yeah. Let's see. Ah, hey, now good to see you here. Good to see you here. Yeah. Tuned into the YouTube, have you? Well, good. How can I access the Discord? Isabel, Discord is not a thing anymore. We discontinued it. I basically decided that we're not able to guarantee, or we're not able to deliver the experience that we want for AI learning and education community. And that's why I rather shut down the whole thing with, you know, over 40K members at its peak, and decided to go with a private and paid community, because it's really the best way to help people at scale. I wish we could deliver the same experience to 40,000 people for free, but you know, if you want to hire a team of 10 people servicing a community 7 days a week, that's not going to scale to 40K people without charging. You know, so we wouldn't have the resources to build demos like this, to teach it to run 20 events a month. Heck, so that was the reason behind it. It was just not the experience that I envisioned. And, you know, just upkeeping a few mods and giving it its natural flow is not the way. We really found that like developing materials and courses and guides, like heck, we run a challenge a week. We ran 21 events last week. You can't do that at such scale. Yeah. I want to show you one thing. More questions. Bring it on. We're going to wrap it up here. Okay. I want to show you one email. More questions reading. Oh, yeah, this is the email. So I wanted to show you one thing, guys. Like, this is basically, we send out a community roundup once a month. So for anybody still wondering, like, what's going on, guys, 2 months ago, we were running, I think, 8 live events a month. So those were 2 a week. We had 21 live events in May, okay? 4 challenges, 1 a week. That remains untouched. But also these posts and the comments. I remember, like, we had a super engaged core and, like, a lot of fantastic members. But nevertheless, we only had around 400 comments 2 months ago. We just had 1,300 comments and 200 posts. These are not team-driven, by the way. These are, sure, our team is engaged and in there and there to help you, but most of these posts actually come from the community themselves. This is turning into like an organic AI knowledge garden. I just invented that. That's kind of funny. I like that. But yeah, anyway, so like, you know, you can't deliver this to 40K people without charging for memberships. Not at a quality level that you would like expect from me, you know. So heck, I mean, I'm putting my face and my entire like name and life behind this. I'm the police officer in there, but like, matter of fact, also fun fact, we didn't have to ban a single person yet. It's been fantastic so far. Yeah. Anyway, June 10th, Apple announcement coming up. Exactly right, Shaggy. Is GPT-4o still down? I can submit images and just get a subscription. Yeah, today has been wonky, man. Just check out status.openai.com. I was hoping it's not going to interfere with this stream. It didn't. Good stuff. Jim, can I convert the free month sub to an annual membership? Yeah, absolutely. I think if you go to your profile and you go to manage your subscription, I think you can upgrade there, yeah. If not, you can always message me or anybody on the team. I will help you out. But yeah, that's possible. The GPT-4o voice for the first time today. Not sure what anyone thinks of it. I found it quite slow. Yeah, exactly, Brandon, because their communications on this have been like atrocious, to be honest. It's not out yet. It's, you know, if you have the voice assistant and you cannot interrupt it with your own voice, it means that it's not the new version. They shipped 4.0, but they didn't ship the voice generation and voice input with the new 4.0. So that's why. How long will the keynote speech on Monday last? I'm not sure. I think usually they take around an hour, I think, like 50 minutes, something like that. Just under an hour. Oh, Jim, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, I mean, so everybody knows this. I've been reinvesting every single penny, just sitting here at the computer every single day since, I don't know, a decade if you want to look at it. But since the aiadvantage started, like hyper mode. So everything is going back into it. Everything is going back into the team and the growth of the community. So it's appreciated. Yeah. I think it's one of the coolest things you can like I was like, you know, like what are you gonna do? Like build an environment, like even with the YouTube, like just teaching people how to adapt to this new age at scale. Like what, like try to like picture a more, I don't know, to me that is so like exciting. And so I couldn't imagine a better thing. Like it's sure, like YouTube is really hard. Like no two ways about it. Like I've been recording, well, 2 videos on average. I've been posting twice a week on YouTube since over 3 years now. Is that correct? Since 3 years, roughly. aiadvantage 1.5. This is my 5th YouTube channel. I dedicated all of my 20s to like doing this stuff. And now we're at a point where we can foster a learning environment where people can upskill and learn these skills that are more relevant than like anything else I can imagine. Like I don't know. I'm loving every second of it. Okay, not every second. Not every second. Fair enough. Let's keep it real, you know. Of course, building a business is hard, but it's also great. Then we get to do live streams like this, and we get to use robot voices, messages. We get to look at images of Igor in different scenarios, like Igor the Witcher here. By the way, yeah. Did you guys wait? Did I save this? No, never mind. Was that there was an image. Anyway, I can pull it up next time. Anyway, I believe this is it, ladies and gents. No more questions here in chat. We caught up to everything, mostly everything that's relevant. I show you how to build GPTs. I challenged you to participate in the challenge. It's very simple. You can win a yearly membership. Last reminder, next week after the stream, next Tuesday, prices will be hiking up 20%. And yeah, basically, that is it. That's all I got today. Well, bumps up. This is the epic filter. Yeah, I didn't want to press that though. I just wanted to give you some outro music. It was wonderful to hang out with you guys for 90 minutes. We shall do this next week again. By the way, I'll be announcing streams like a week or 2 in advance. I had one scheduled for July. I canceled it. I think it's okay to cancel a stream a month in advance. I don't want to, I'll be visiting my parents around that time. I want to make this as high quality as possible with this setup and everything. So I'll be informing you a week or 2 in advance on every single stream. We have another one next week. Other than that, expect 2 uploads a week. There's a new video on the channel showing you a better summarization technique. Check that out too. Check out the community. It's the best thing we've ever built. It includes the course and so much more. And that is that. Well, good. Let me see if I can cue some music here. I can. Yeah. And with that being said, thank you so much, everybody, for participating. We have over 100 AI enthusiasts still in the house, sharing the love, sharing the knowledge. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you, well, on Friday on our News You Can Use upload, and then next Monday. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday and a great rest of the week. Bye-bye. These DJing skills, huh? Anyway, bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.